Hey there, I'm Brandy Lynn.
And I'm Tracy Ebert.
Welcome to our channel, Unpopular.
We love to be unpopular.
So if you've not hung out with us before, or if you just need a refresher, our channel is really just all about talking about things maybe going on in the world or just in everyday life in a way that is considered to be really unpopular, and that's because, why?
Because we follow Jesus, and that is not necessarily a popular thing. In fact, the Bible tells us, what are we supposed to be like?
Aliens.
Aliens, but cute aliens. Styling aliens, right? So today we wanted to come to you because we actually polled a few of you asking what you would like to hear, and a lot of people talked about just asking how we stay friends, but we're so straightforward with each other. And that's because the Bible tells us that confrontation will happen, and it also says in Matthew 18 that you confront that. So Brandy and I are really good about being completely real and open with each other. And is it always easy?
It's probably never easy.
No.
I mean, if we're being honest, like, not many people just really love having a real confrontation or not seeing totally eye to eye with another person. That's not like the most amazing feeling. Sometimes I like a good argument, but
she does. She's a debater,
but
and I love it too. So
for the most part, it's not a great feeling.
So I'll give an example. So last week we had a business meeting, and a friend of ours was there with us, and we weren't seeing eye to eye on something, and our friend just straight stopped us and said, "Okay, I'm not here to listen to this," but we had to talk it through, and it was like, we never agreed at the end, but we talked about it and we were fine.
Well, I think that brings up a really good point. So growing up, a lot of my life, a lot of the relationships were all or nothing, in or out, hot or cold. And so I grew up kind of thinking that that was normal and that that's how relationships were going to be. And that if you had a disagreement or an argument, that was just the end of it. And so it's been really cool to just learn what God says about that, and that's not that way of thinking and that way that really I think a lot of people in the world do relationships doesn't line up with what the Bible tells us about relationships and about confrontation.
Well, let's talk about that like pit in your stomach that you feel too. So sometimes you feel a pit in your stomach when you know something's going on between you and somebody. So it doesn't have to just be a friend. It could be your spouse, it could be a coworker, it could be your child. The list goes on, and if we allow that to grow, it allows that like pit in your stomach to grow, and then you go into worry and doubt and all of that, and the enemy just feeds into our mind. And so going to the person and talking through things, whether it be small, because those things can grow, that is going to clear the air, and it's actually going to be your warfare against the enemy, because our fights are not truly against flesh and blood, right, Brandy?
Right. Things are going on in the spiritual world over our heads that we can't see, and so everything relates back to that. And so it's not your husband's fault or whatever. It's not your friend being a jerk. It's not this or that. It is serious spiritual warfare. And so I know for me personally, I even have to kind of check myself sometimes, and because I can be a feisty little thing. I'm sure you know that if you do know me, but I have to check myself and spend some time in prayer and ask God just to search my heart and make sure that the words coming out of my mouth and the thoughts even in my head are ones that would bring Him glory and encourage
and I have
people.
To take the plank out of my own eye. I hate that scripture sometimes because it does hit home. So just reevaluating yourself. But I think with us, we usually talk about it and it can get heated, but sometimes we're just dying laughing and like we move on. So,
and most of the time it's because, I think with us, it's because we're both such passionate people that, and we truly just want the best for each other and like the situation that we're talking through or whatever. And so,
because she calls me a control freak a lot.
She is.
But I'm so much better. And then
No,
she's the
she
debater,
is.
so I'm like.
But it's because we're so passionate, right? So like my husband
wouldn't
doesn't
be-
argue much. I'm like, could you just be passionate sometimes?
It wouldn't be fun, and my husband doesn't argue. That's where we get some of this. But it wouldn't be fun if we were all the same.
Yeah.
Like it keeps it colorful.
Totally. So I think the number one tip, if I could offer a tip, is just to first search your own. Ask God just to search your heart. Like, are my motives pure? Is my heart pure? God, give me the patience. Give me the words to say. And just make sure that your attitude is aligning with His. And then talk.
And then talk. And that's the hardest part, is going to them. Not through text, not through email, but face to face if you can, or voice to voice.
And that's something especially if I'm in a busy, I think I'm sort of like a man sometimes when it comes to the way that I communicate. I don't need a lot of fluffy talking. I don't need all of that. So I can be very straight to the point. And so sometimes I'll be straight to the point on a situation or something, and then we see each other later in the day, and I'm like, hey, I don't want my text to seem like I was being a brat.
I already know how you are.
Yeah, it's just that I was being, you know what I mean? But sometimes I think text messages can do that.
Yeah, and then look at Matthew 18. It talks about that. If you've sinned against somebody or they've sinned against you, go to them, talk to them. And then if that doesn't work, take a mediator. And that's somebody that is not biased to either side. Mm-hmm. And then it goes on from there. So I just challenge you to go do that. So if you have difficult people in your life, the Bible even tells you what to do with them.
Are you calling me difficult?
She's not difficult. She's like
maybe next we'll talk about forgiveness.
She's my left leg and I'm the right leg. I couldn't walk without her.
So I think this leads to forgiveness too, and so maybe we can talk about forgiveness.
Yeah, keep in touch with us. Let us know what you want to hear. Comment below, and know that we are making a studio here in a bank with a Starbucks attached, and we have a bunch of friends sitting over there waiting for us, and that's how we roll. So we're out. So have a good day, and remember, go take care of your business.
And thanks for being unpopular with us.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.